Hi, everybody.
Greetings, my friends.
It's the Jimm
and Dave.
Beer Review.
David, what is on tap for this beer review?
We have Omission Brewery's Omission IPA, American Style Indian Pale Ale.
Well, I like IPAs, as we all know.
Yes.
But one of the interesting things about the Omission Brewery is that a lot of their product, in this case, this particular one too, is supposedly gluten-free.
Yes.
Now, with the United States government, labeling is a big issue. I read on their website they're working with I believe it's the Food and Drug Administration about how to label this. Now, a lot of beers are not gluten-free, and it's very difficult to say you're gluten-free on the label because obviously it's brewed with yeast, and that they do a measurement. It's very scientific, much like IBUs or alcohol by volume, and the chemical that constitutes gluten per se is either very low or non-existent. But because of how it's made, it's beer, they can't necessarily come out and say, hey, this is gluten-free. But if you go to their website, and we'll put the link below in the comments or the description, you'll see that scientifically speaking, a lot of these beers don't have what constitutes gluten.
Jeremy Stevenson, my friend, if you're watching this, and I hope you do, and I'll probably send you an email to watch this, you said you had a gluten, you can't say
sensitivity.
Gluten, yes. So try this beer then maybe, or look into it more, or maybe I'll look into it more for you, because this is the kind of beer you could try then.
Now, I may be mispronouncing how this is said. But
what happens if you can't drink beer because of gluten? Does it give you a
well,
rash?
some
Does it give
people
you a headache?
some people have something called gluten sensitivity.
Yeah.
Other people have something called, I believe it's called celiac disease.
That sounds familiar.
And I'm not exactly sure what happens, but what I believe is it gives them digestion issues.
Oh.
It's very unpleasant apparently, and so people who have it will try to avoid things like bread. And other things of that nature. Other people who have chosen to go the gluten-free lifestyle actually say they feel better. And what this comes down to is that when you do a lot of processed foods that have gluten, a lot of people are starting to believe, and you'll see this in a lot of labeling in the supermarket on various products, that they believe if they live a gluten-free lifestyle, they feel better. And so if you have a sensitivity to wheat, like if you went to an allergist and had a lot of blood tests done, they may come back, and one of the things it could be is a sensitivity to wheat. So generally, if they have a sensitivity to wheat, it generally means it's in the gluten spectrum.
Okay, so this beer here is 6.8 alcohol by volume and 66 IBUs, and that's not really too good for me with the IBUs, but it's not that high. I mean, when you go like 100 and one said it was 140, I was just like, oh, no thank you. But I still tried it for you guys.
Well, Dave, I got to tell you something about this particular bottles we have here. They were given to us by our friends at Austin Beverage in Collegeville, Pennsylvania.
Awesome people over there.
They have a great selection of beer.
Do.
This is probably the largest beer distributor in Pennsylvania. Now, to our viewers out there, I don't want to waste a lot of time talking about this. Pennsylvania laws are thrown back to just after Prohibition, where you can't go to your supermarket or your convenience store and buy alcohol or beer. Here's 7-Eleven or something like that, or Turkey Hill.
God,
if you live in a state other than Pennsylvania, you can probably go to a place and buy beer.
There's only like 2 states now that do that anymore.
If you go to a CVS, you can buy alcohol. In Pennsylvania, there's only one place to do it. If you buy beer, you have to get 6-packs at a bar and cases and kegs at a distributor. Or
you can go to a place like Wegmans that you can buy 1 beer at a time.
Well, generally they want you to do a 6-pack, but somehow they managed to finagle that a little bit.
Yeah, you got to bypass certain stuff. But
I'm not just plugging Austin's because they gave us this to try.
Yeah.
But they have great service, and I've gone in there many times, and they've taken me around. They say, we have this, what do you like?
Omission.
Great service.
Isn't just what we took out, it's what we left in.
This is a handcrafted IPA. It's a very plain label. It's like almost
7.
half of it is
blank.
Now,
the website says 6.8, but the bottle says 6.7.
All right, well, hey, if you're watching there, Mission people, you guys got to get your website and your beers.
Act together, misters.
Yep.
That's okay.
I always wanted to get a job as a nitpicker. Oh, excuse me. Quality assurance person.
They do that. I remember looking at that first, reading these Star Trek books, saying, remember when you watch this episode, when they went to the left, this next episode, they went to the right, and they should have gone left.
Well, this is brewed by the Widmer Brothers Brewing Company in Portland, Oregon.
Yep. It's actually, and Mission Brewery is in San Diego.
And this one has a date on it of July 17th, 2014. I'll assume that's the brewing date. They don't have an expiration date, which we kind of like.
Not always. Some beers don't have to have the date thing properly because stouts and porters sometimes outlive. And what else was the other beer we had before?
A barley wine style.
They can stay for a long time.
I notice the cap has a little O here. I don't know what that means.
Omission.
Oh wait, there's something on the cap. And
Inside
Lord,
the cap?
I cannot read it.
I can. Cheers to our customer.
I need a magnifying glass.
I have glasses, but I still can't read it that well. It's just
Okay, we're at 6 minutes. Let's move it along.
Yeah, let's go.
We've had some complaints lately. We've been going through all
Well,
the
not
beer reviews.
complaints, but criticism.
Constructive criticism.
Yes, that you know what, that you would probably like our stuff better if we cut it down a few minutes, like say.
Now, when we
halfway.
throw this stuff up, we have a raw channel and edited channel.
Yeah.
So on the edited channel, we're not.
You know what you can always do though? You can always just fast forward when you're on YouTube. Just fast forward.
So this is technically gluten-free, although it's not labeled as such. Well, let's look at the color first, my friend.
I just want to sniff it.
So
Gluten was like sniffing. What? Okay, I see bubbles coming up. Actually, I see something that could have been from the last beer.
Yep, this is pretty well. It's not as carbonated as mass-produced,
No.
and I think it's just a little bit foggy. I hope it's not my glass.
That's the
But-
glass.
Oh, okay. Well, it has a
had
very
big
light
beers
color,
with
so
this.
this is the typical pale color. And, you know, a little bit, one finger head on there. It's not too bad. Very white.
Mine's like 2.5 fingers. That's
Oh, you poured it right in
fast.
there.
Yeah.
But let's have a sniff. Now, I'm not catching a lot of citrusy notes there.
I'm tasting a little bit of lemon leaf pledge there. A little bit of
Not very fragrant.
sweetness.
Okay. Well, again, to our friends at Austin Beverage, we
Yeah,
appreciate
thank
it.
you guys from Austin Beverage. You guys are awesome. I like going to your place.
Dave, I believe our watchers are waiting for us to have a beer.
Okay, here we go, people.
What a great job we have, huh? We drink beer for you guys.
If I could do this for a living, I would.
Yeah, feel free to send us some money.
Yes, we need sponsors.
Yeah, we'll set up a PayPal account. We'll give you an email address. Well, that is... What was the IBUs on it? 66, you said?
See, lately I've been trying to taste the beer differently. I keep it in my mouth for a while, let it swirl around a bit, and then I taste it. I drink it, and then I...
Oh, okay, I'll do that.
And then I have the aftertaste come up and see what that's like. The aftertaste is not that bad.
I praise indeed.
Really, it's not.
Well, gotta remember that you're not a fan of pale ales, and this is technically
And
gluten-free.
maybe that's because I've had like 3 or 4 beers now.
This is our 4th beer review of this evening, full disclosure.
Yes. And one of them, we only had 1 beer, that we split it. So this is only actually like going on to our 3rd and a half beer.
Very technically astute.
Not that I'm counting or anything.
So, Dave, what are your thoughts? What do you taste when you drink this beer?
What do I taste? I taste.
Actually, I'm ready for another sip myself.
Got a good taste to it. I wish I didn't smoke for all those years. I'd probably be able to taste a whole lot better.
Would you buy this beer?
Yeah, I'd buy this beer if this beer was under $30.
Right. Well, I guess that's something we're going to have to add to the factor. Now, this is...
Or around $30, $32.
I've had beers with a higher IBU than this, and I got to say, going down, this has a very bitter going down.
They put a label on sideways.
What's it say? It's a very plain label. And,
God, people, you know, I get into the age now where I need glasses. And I'm upset
no, did
about
we say
that.
Mission? It's Omission.
It's well, it says Mission on the website, but it's Omission on the bottle. So we're getting some discrepancies here, people. We don't know what.
Yeah,
to
there's
think.
a little, if you see magnets and it's pulling the O out, so maybe the Omission is something that has to do with it being gluten-free.
Widmer Brothers, seal of quality.
Omission. Omission.
It's a Widmer Brothers seal of quality.
Yeah, I get what they're trying
What does
to do.
that mean? That they're brothers? They want to own this?
It means that they didn't want to pay a graphic
These are
artist
different.
to do a good label.
These are different. Inside the label, there's different ones. Okay, because mine said something different. This, and it's very foggy, and you can't read it.
Yeah, guys, if you're gonna put something, don't put all the.
Put it bold.
Yeah, don't
whatever
put,
it is. I don't know the words because I'm not an artist, but I mean like bold font or something.
Yeah, and if you're gonna put the plastic or rubber, whatever it is that goes on the inside of the beer cap, make sure it doesn't obscure. I mean, I think you gotta have a bolder font, and it definitely.
Halloween.
Yeah. Anyway, so
People,
Dave,
I give this like. I give it another 7. I think people.
well, I'm a little bit more critical. I really wanted to like this beer because of the, they going for gluten-free, even though it's not technically labeled.
Jeremy, try this out. Maybe look into it.
Right. It's not technically labeled as gluten-free because they're still working with issues with the United States government for labeling.
Everybody should.
It's a little bitter going down. It definitely has a bitter splash on the back
It's bitter
end.
going down. I thought it's more bitter coming up.
Interesting.
That's what I thought.
Well, I felt the opposite, but
Okay.
it's okay. But I might.
connoisseur.
I don't know if I'd go out and buy this beer. To be quite honest, it's a little too bitter
Like
for my
I said,
taste.
under $30 or around 31 or 32.
And I'm sorry, I don't remember the price because it was given to us.
Yes.
I have to give this beer maybe a 7 or a 6.5, a little bit lower than Dave, which
I
is
gave
very.
it a 7.
Oh, okay.
July 17th, 14.
But for a handcrafted IPA,
Maybe that's why.
it's a little disappointing. It's not delicious.
If this was bottled in July, then it's okay. But if this is like the time you should
If
start
you're
drinking
saying that's the
it,
expiration
maybe
date.
that's what it is. We don't know for sure which one.
Yeah, because
this is.
above it, this one says 15:22:3.
That means the time and the what does the 3 mean?
3 seconds. I don't know.
No, I don't know either.
That's weird. But it says July 17th, so maybe it's past the expiration date. I
we've
hope it's the
gone
brew date.
a little bit too far into this, people.
Absolutely. We're at 12 minutes.
This is at the end of our beer tasting, so we've had a few, and now we're starting to ramble on a bit.
Blah, blah, blah.
But
blah,
watch
blah,
our
blah, blah,
videos,
blah.
subscribe, give a comment, thumbs up, thumbs down. If you're pregnant, don't drink. If you're pregnant, don't drink and drive. If you're under 21, don't drink. If you're under 21, do not drink and drive.
If you want to get pregnant, call Dave.
Do not. If you
Oh, I just derailed your train of thought.
if you're
If you're under 21, please don't drink alcohol.
if you have
Unless you're in the
mental
armed
problems,
services.
don't drink alcohol.
And if you do have a problem with alcohol, please call Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yes,
That's new.
Yes, listen, people. Life is such a grand thing. Do not get so upset that you don't enjoy life.
Absolutely. And you know what? Life is short.
Yes.
Drink some good beer, and
Yes. Have a good laugh or two.
that's what we always say sometimes.
Yes.
Thank you very much, people.
Gotta be happy in life, people. You only go around once. Be happy. With a smile on your face.
Say goodbye, Dave.
Bye, Dave.